Hello and welcome. I am HoloKid, coach of the LA Lucarios, and I made a goof. For some other reason, my video file of the original gameplay is gone, so I'm going to have to use my opponent Tom as a video. So we're going to be watching it from his perspective, and hopefully I can recall a lot of my mindset of how the game went. It is unfortunate, but it is what it is. Oopsies. Alright, so looking at this now, this is the team that I brought. I brought Croissants, Tapu Fini, Kaiba Berry, because I was up against a pretty scary team. Here, let me actually look at what I brought, or what his team was. So we'll go up against matchups, we'll go up against the Miamis. And we don't really we'll show the speed tier because honestly it's so ugly without it. And so this is what it looked like. So they had I have a Fini, Dragonite, Scizor, Umbreon, Victini, Heliolisk, Lapras, Sandaconda. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not over talking that. I am not fully awake, but their team had an Aegislash, Clefable, Garchomp combo, which is going to be scary, and Mandibuzz being there to just be able to neglect a lot of that damage was very scary. Urshifu Rapid Strike was also a pretty scary mon. I felt like it was going to run protective pads. I really wanted to run Rocky Helmet, Tapu Fini, but I had to change it just in case if he tried to poison jab me and I could live just a little bit longer. I was expecting the Roserade, but it actually did not end up coming, and I was kind of expecting the Rapidash because I have a Scizor and Tapu Fini gets Wild Charge, and Lunatone was the one that I was surprised by that he brought. I know I'm already talking about that, but my Dragonite set was pretty basic. I don't remember when I could have possibly had a chance to get a Dragon Dance off, but I had to at least get two to outspeed Dragonite or Dragon Garchomp, not Dragon. Scizor was supposed to be set up Scizor, but Assault Vest made I could live a Flamethrower from Clefable, and since he's running Clefable, I didn't want to set up too much. I didn't want to risk it. Umbreon was just meant to do things. Yawn was a tech that I thought of, like if I can use Yawn on the last turn of Misty Terrain, next turn they would go to sleep. And my bulky boy, the Value Plume, was tons of fun because he's just max defense. And then my Versy boy he mostly was just going to be used as my lead and do damage. Like I have Dark Pulse in case he did bring Aegislash, but Hyper Voice does a lot. And of course, like the two Thunder Moods are kind of useless until Garchomp is gone. So let's get down to it. I do feel really bad about not recording this. And well, okay, so I recorded this because I remember watching it afterwards to write the calcs down. All my videos on my hard drive, except for the ones that were made recently, so this must have happened 2 days ago, is gone. So that really sucks. So I get a first chance to look at his team and realizing he doesn't have Aegislash. I go hee. Scizor go boom. Which just made it. Victini did its job of showing off that, like, me big strong fire type, like, don't bring steel. So I was really happy with that. I was kind of confused with the Ponyta and is it Ponyta? Am I dumb? It's Rapidash. Okay. And Lunatone picks. But they do make sense. So in this chance, I'm like, it doesn't matter what he picks in this situation. I'm leading Heliolisk because it's my only mon that has great potential of switching out. Scizor could, but a Clefable lead would be annoying, and U-turn's not gonna do anything. So don't want to do that. And if it's a Rocky Helmet on whatever he leads, it's not the most fun. So as you can see here, he decides to lead Clefable. I'm not gonna show like how he talks or anything, because if you would like to, please watch his video, his commentary down below. His channel will definitely be linked down below. Please check it out. He was a very fun opponent to go up against, and he was very supportive and gave me his YouTube channel before it was actually out, so I'm really happy with that. I won't lose the next one, I swear. Alright, so it brings in here Clefable. So my mindset here is that obviously I could Volt Switch, or he's gonna try to set up rocks so I can try to do the most damage here possible while he does that. So I say Hyper Voice. I'm scarfed, nothing's faster than me right now. It's like, I'm gonna click Hyper Voice because it's my strongest move, and I want to see how much this does. This will scale out what kind of thing. It does 50% to him. Like, I'm just like, alright, or a little below 50. I take that. We're pretty much on the same health. I was like, well, getting Clef out of here is a good thing. So I just clicked Hyper Voice again. My move's already locked in. Like, I'm Gucci. I pressed the A button and put my controller down. So he ends up switching here, and in my eyes, I'm like, oh cool, Garchomp, Hyper Voice. Takes a little below half, so maybe like 45%. And I'm like, I'm gonna click Hyper Voice again. I know I die here. I know this is the end. But getting Garchomp down to 17 health, like less than 10%, it's like, that's goals right there. Heliolisk did your job. You might have been the first one out, but you did your job. Which allows this boy to come in. Now, he did click Earthquake, so my first thought process is if he's locked in, he's not coming out. Now, Scale Shot would have been annoying, so I kind of want to Dragon Dance. But I was afraid of him Scale Shotting me and me like not living, because I still wouldn't outspeed with even a Dragon Dance, how low my EVs are. So I just Ice Sponge. Do 50%, oh yeah, do a little bit above 50%, but he ends up running Weak Armor and I believe Rocky Helmet. So right here, he's able to outspeed my Dragonite. Flower Play comes in. Luckily, I'm not full max attack, so I end up two-hitting him with my Ice Punch. And I'm like, alright, Dragonite, you did your work. Here, I was more wondering what he could possibly bring in. Him bringing in Rapidash, of course. I'm like, okay, well, it's obviously going to click a Thunder move. I was like, I don't understand what it could possibly do, but it could possibly set up. So, I'm going to go into the best mon that I think, which was... I don't think this was the best mon to go into, but the fact is that it's a really bulky mon. It was max, I believe, actually. Yeah, 192 plus nature, bold nature. So 174 defense. That's really good. So I take these like a champ. I'm like, all right, cool. He gets me a little above half. I can surf here with no problem, knock him out. Yeah, I'm down to 1 HP, but it's fine. I'm fine. Bye-bye. Knocking out a mon is a better option in this case. So, After knocking out his Rapidash, I do not know what he could possibly go for next, but obviously having such a low health, I'm not going to switch out to just die to rocks later or something like that. So staying in here to see if he like locks himself in is my best bet. He actually did not have Poison Jab at all, but he did have Ice Punch for Dragonite. So obviously I go into my Demon. That's also max defense, so Surging Strikes wasn't going to do much. Ice Punch could have done some, but not enough. I can guarantee that right now. It would not have done enough. And getting the Effect Spore probably would have been helpful. Granted, I figured he was Protective Pads. This is why I didn't run Rocky Helmet Effect Spore. Going into Lunatone here, luckily I did click Leech Seed, and I was just kind of setting up for a switch, or setting up for staying in and living. This is when things get a little spicy, because I'm like, alright, well, Lunatone is Psychic, time to bring out my Dark Tape. It's like Psychic and mostly, I think it was Special, so I was like, alright, I got to. So clicking Future Sight here is pretty scary, because now that means I have to stay in, and he does the correct play by switching back out into his fighting type, something I'm weak to, so it's something I don't want to stay in on. Luckily, I put him in a position that if he does try to OHKO me, he dies. Oh, what does he click here actually? That's, I believe he clicks close combat. In my eyes, I see the best bet is to sack Vileplume here. It's my boy, he did great. I did personally forget about the Future Sight, so it was a great play on his end. I totally forgot about it, but this thing is asleep. The Menace is he's taking a nap. So Vileplume did exactly what I wanted it to do. So it allows me to bring in Dragonite, and I have two options. I can go for the Roost, or I could go for the Dragon Dance. And since he's asleep, I was getting cocky, and I don't remember which one I went for. I think I went for the Roost. Roost is probably my best option. Yep. I wanted my multi-scale back. Trying to figure out what this thing could possibly do to me. I was like, I expected him to do another Future Sight, in honesty, and then he OHKOs me with, or critical hit OHKOs with a Power Gem. Granted, like I said, let's pause. My Dragonite, bulky, meant to take hits. This was meant to live 4 scale shots, barely, and kill with an Ice Punch, and then suicide with Rough Skin. Like, that's all. Like, it wasn't meant to take physical hit or special hits and all that. So he did its job. Like, Garchomp is already at 1%. Like, I'm okay. Bullet Punch would do a lot. And that's my mindset here. It's like, okay, well, you showed that you're a physical mon. I'm going to Bullet Punch. So, So, 1 down. And he probably thinks because that OHKOs, even if like being super effective, that it's Choice Banded or Choice Scarfed. I wouldn't probably run Choice Scarf. So best bet was probably to click Surging Strikes here, yeah. But he's still asleep. He's still gonna rock it. Dual Wing Beat comes in, gonna knock him down. Not exactly enough, but it puts him in bullet point range, and I am clicking it. I don't care anymore. I don't need to click Dual Wing Beat. Everything here dies to a Bullet Punch. That was my mindset. I start spamming Bullet Punch right here. Like this, Bullet Punch. Bop. Bop, 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 bop. I did check. I was able to always have Clefable with Bullet Punch. No, no anything. So Bullet Punch was clean here. So this all happened because of the Healy list lead. Like, me being able to click Hyper Voice for free was the reason for all this. And granted, there's a lot more excitement because, like, there is that little excitement feel of being able to go like, all right, I'll bring this mon in, and I go doot 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 doot. I click one button and one button only. I was okay. That went a lot slower in person than it felt like there. I thought that was gonna go up to 1% and he was gonna OHKO me. So, I believe I played it well, and my opponent obviously played it a lot, very well too. I mean, it was still 2-0. I only had Scizor and Umbreon left. If I somehow didn't get what's that? Urshifu didn't get slept, man, that would have been a struggle. That really would have been a struggle. But luckily it did. So that's in my favor. Please please check out my opponent, Tone. He was very fun to battle against, especially for a week 1. Like I said, it was a very close match. Obviously maybe I could have made it closer by like maybe sacking Dragonite earlier and all, but it is what it is. And obviously we saw what he rocked. He didn't bring any status ones, which is good because I have a Feeny. So that was the whole purpose of having a Feeny, was not to get status. Alright, very sorry that it had to be done like this. It really sucks. I love the live battles now because it's more fun this way. But it is what it is, you know. Next Saturday though, against my good boy Harry, and I can tell you right now, it's a spicy battle, dude, and it's gonna be a long video. Alright then, everyone, please like, subscribe down below. Check out the other competitors' channels, they're down below also. This league is tons of fun. We're meant for content, and so please enjoy.